Okay guys, last project for the 4th of July. I'm using this Hobby Lobby wrapping paper again and just regular craft paint in red. I'm just going to make a simple squiggly line pattern that's crisscross. So I've gone horizontal lines and now I'm going to do vertical. This is the result of what it looks like when the pattern's finished. Next, I'm just using my scissors and an 8.5 by 11 sheet of printer paper to cut it down to 8.5 by 11. I also made the same pattern in blue, and for this, instead of 8.5 by 11, I'm using legal size 11 by 14. Now make sure that your paint is completely dry before you start cutting everything up, otherwise you'll have paint all over your fingers. Once your sheets are cut up, you're just going to take and accordion pleat your papers, just like you would make a paper airplane or something like that. If you have extra, just cut off that excess and then use your shortest piece to make sure that all of them are the same length and trim those off. I'm going to do the same process with the red. I'm going to accordion pleat all the red pieces, and next, once I have them all accordion pleated, I'm going to fold them in half, and then I'm going to apply hot glue just to one side, and then I'm going to fold them back in half so that they'll stay together. This is going to create this pleated look, and I'll repeat this process with all of my sheets of paper. This is going to create a nice fan effect. Now, you don't have to hand paint your paper. You could absolutely find some red, white, and blue or themed paper that you want to use. I like this paper because it's extra thick. So now that I have all my little fans assembled, I'm putting them together to make sure they're all the same length, and if I need to trim them, I would trim them at this point before I start gluing them together. Once they're cut all to the same length, I'm going to hot glue each of these little pieces together. And I'm going to use 4 for this particular size. So remember, this is the 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper size. So I'm just using 4 of these for this particular one. And I'm just repeating the process of putting hot glue on one of the fans and then adding the next fan to it. Once I get all 4 connected and pressed and it dries, then the next step is to open it up. I know, it's really cool, right? You open it up and then we're going to actually glue one side to the other. So you're going to just put hot glue on one side and then connect the other side. So I'll pinch and hold this together until my hot glue has set. And then next, I'm just going to check to make sure my center is sturdy. So I flipped it over. It needs a little extra hot glue in the middle. So I'm going to add hot glue to the center of this because that's going to stabilize it and keep it from collapsing. I'll press and hold in place, and then that's going to make this stable so that it's not floppy. So this is the end of part 1. I tried my best to get this all into 3 minutes, and I just could not, you guys. There's too much to this tutorial, so make sure to follow, like, and check out part 2 for the result.